Good morning, everyone! Welcome back to another episode of the Rooftop Corner. This is the show where I talk a lot about the 100 girlfriends who really love you, manga series, all sorts of news and topics and the like. I am your host for today, Rindo, cosplaying as DJ No Smoking Before 20, and I'm here to deliver you your public service announcement. Please do not smoke before 20, be safe, family, and also don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly. This is just water. Now, for the news this week, family, let's dial it back, all the way back to, August 19th, right? On that day, two things. First and foremost, it is the 50 days, until the anime's broadcast, which is going to be on October 8th, which is also Momoha's birthday, right? So 50 days, family, we're already halfway there. 50 more days until the anime would be broadcasted. So yeah, that's something really exciting. But what's also exciting is on that day, the Hyakkano anime team on YouTube in the Emotion Label channel and in their official Hyakkano Anime X platform, formerly known as Twitter account, they finally released the promotional video, teaser, character teaser, whatever you want to call it, of Kusuri, right? One of the girlfriends in this manga series who was also featured within the first promotional video, and of course, just a part of the main heroines, right? That's going to be featured within the season of the anime, right? So to speak. Now, wow, what can I say about this promotional video, family? Well, for one, I just want to skim through a bit of just the basic stuff. Her voice is absolutely adorable and cute, and it's exactly as well how I would imagine, or how I'd imagined Kusuri would sound like, especially towards, or considering that she has this playful attitude that she has to her, right? Now, another thing as well that really caught me by surprise, right, is that they actually, within the promotional video, they have revealed Kusuri's senpai form. Now, well, for those of you who don't know, right, I'm just gonna throw this out there because, considering, especially to those who have already seen the promotional video and who hasn't turned on subtitles, or who has no idea what's going on with of how that happened, right, of the big girl, right, this lady right here, how it came to be. Well, a bit of a spoiler here and there, but this person and this person are practically the same person. So because Kusuri is a character, right, who is a chemist, she loves medicine, right, so to speak, and she has invented this, in a nutshell, she invented this sort of potion, right, a concoction that would make her change forms into a little girl and into her senpai form. You're asking how does that work? Well, manga, right? The reason why this caught me by surprise is that in the initial, or in the first promotional video rather, that was sort of released, right, during that promotional video, they did in fact reveal the girls. They revealed Hakari, Karane, Shizuka, Nano, and Kusuri. But with Kusuri's case, the character, or the person, the version rather of Kusuri that was revealed was her little girl form, right? And we thought that, hey, maybe perhaps that they just kept her adult, her how do you call it, her senpai form, right, a secret, as to not spoil the whole surprise of Kusuri's character, right? Because it was a bit of a shock and a surprise seeing that. But then came along this, or her promotional video, right, and it also released, it showed rather Kusuri's senpai form. And not only that, but they have also released the character designs for Kusuri's adult form in the official Hyakkano anime Twitter platform, formerly known as X account. One thing I have to say as well about her senpai version is that, wow, I expected it to really turn out that way. I expected to have to picture rather Kusuri in a senpai voice, but her tone really fits. I love it. I love how it has that maturish aura to it, and the onee-san vibe, right? And I'm really excited as well to see how this Kusuri's the onee-san Kusuri's, right, performance would be whenever she would do a dialogue in a fun situation, right? And I know there's a lot of those moments as well, so I'm excited to see how that would play out. But aside from my comments, let's take a look as well from Nakamura Sensei, the author of this manga, and Nozuo Sensei, the illustrator of this manga, on their thoughts and comments about Ayaka Asai's performance as Kusuri. Now, Ayaka Asai san is the voice actress for Kusuri, right? And this is what they have to say about the performance, right? So Nakamura Sensei, as usual, Nakamura Sensei being Nakamura Sensei, would be super excited, right? Especially towards Kusuri's Nanoda, right? Which is this one right here. And for those of you who do not know, right, in the manga, well, Kusuri is the type of character where she would end her sentences in a particular way, right, with a particular sort of gimmick, so to speak, for lack of better term, rather. And the way that she does it with her, well, ending her sentences, right, would be with a nanoda, right. And while the translations in the manga would sometimes read it as I or yep yep or whatever, right, the Japanese way of sounding it or pronouncing it rather is meant to make it, nanoda, right? So there's that. Aside from that, Nozowa Sensei also comments on how Asai-san captures Kusuri's cheerfulness and energetic nature, making Kusuri feel lively, bouncy, and so incredibly cute, which I 100% agree, right? And aside of course, rather, from the creators of this manga, we also have a comment from the background music composer of Kusuri's promotional video, Shuhei Mutsui, who also composed the background music for Hakkari's promotional video, right? Comment on while composing the background music, the composer wanted to convey, right, a sense of Kusuri's energetic, bouncy, and fun nature. And with Hakkari's promotional video as well, for instance, right, I really do feel the sense of Hakkari's, playful, seductive, romantic, and really, well, all of those characteristics and character traits that make Hakkari, I really was able to capture that within her promotional video. And with Kusuri's as well, I really do feel that exact same aura of, hypefulness, playfulness, and really, upbeat stuff, right? So I really, really love the thought process behind this, right? Another thing to, well, talk about as well, right, is that what's next? What sort of character, perhaps, or maybe situation or whatever, what promotional video would come out in the next week, right? Or in the next 10 days, so to speak, right? Because, well, we've already seen the initial promotional video. We have also seen Hakkari's, Karene's, Shizuka's, Nano's, and then Kusuri's, right? And so, would there also be perhaps a promotional video for Rentaro, for the Love God, or other characters? Who knows, right? For all I know, it couldn't even be a promotional video in the first place. It could be something entirely else. But that's a promotional video for Rentaro is the leading theory, I suppose, as to what could come in the next 10 days, rather. Moving on, we have a raffle, right, for Ayaka Asai-san, the character voice, the voice actress who plays Kusuri. Ongoing, a raffle for a Shukishi board signed by her. You can check it out as well in the Hyakkano, official Hyakkano anime X account, platform formerly known as Twitter. And same rules sort of apply, right? If you do not live in Japan, well, you have lesser chance of obtaining it because according to the contest's rules, only those the prize rather can only be shipped to those in Japan, right? So there's that. While we're on the topic of Ayaka Asai-san, let's talk about her talking about Kusuri's charms, and this is what she has to say about Kusuri's charms in a rough translation or in a nutshell. One is that there's a lot of mature characters and Kusuri is small and cute, right? So there's that level of contrast, so to speak, right? Same with Shizuka, I would agree as well. Another thing is that her open mouth, as you can see, where you can see her cute teeth peeking out, is also really cute. There's that. Her antenna, of course, you gotta always mention the antenna that Kusuri has, the little hook-shaped thing that she has to her, right? And the way that it bounces in the anime is incredibly cute, and yeah, 100% agree. In the manga, it's, whenever we see these characters, of course, it's in a still image. You can give the sense of emotion to them using various art techniques, but seeing them animated just brings it to a whole new other level, especially in terms of cuteness. And I'm really happy for that. I'm so excited to see more of it, right? And finally, her coat as well, her lab coat, right? She would comment that Ayaka-san commented that if she transforms into her senpai form, right, will her shirt burst or something like that, right? And that I guess that's another thing that you want to ponder, right, as to when Kusuri would shift from her small form to her senpai form. how about the inner clothes, right? How do they transform and the like? Well, I guess, manga magic, so to speak, right? We also have here a Kusuri cardboard cutout. Just look at her go, bringing medicine to a shrine, right? And you have also Kusuri phone wallpaper and profile pictures that you can save to your device. I'll put the link down below as well for you to check them out. And this is something as well that I have missed in the last Rooftop Corner because, well, I guess for one, I guess it's too late already, but I just want to mention this as well because of how cool it is. And this is a Hyakkano bed cover. Is it a bed cover or mattress cover, whatever you call it? I'm not so sure, but yeah, it looks like something that you would sleep on, right? So yeah, you could get a chance to win this when you purchase the 14th volume of this manga, which, by the way, please do check it out as well. The Japanese version has been released, right? The cover is really cool, gotta admit. While I may not be able to buy the volume for myself because I do not know how to, right? Honestly, right? Nor do I have the luck at the first place, right? To even win that. I gotta say that this really looks incredibly cool with the way it is, right? The main design is the front cover of the Hyakkano official light novel, and yes, light novel because this manga does indeed have a light novel and of course an anime adaptation, so yeah, it's incredibly cool. On the other side, you have the zing moments, right, or the moments when Rentaro meets a soulmate, a potential soulmate, soulmate for the first time. And I find that sort of detail to be incredibly cool because, for one, in its own way, it sort of symbolizes that at that amazing moment, that's when he met his special someone, right? And I think it's really cool. In its own way, it has its own charm to it because each zing is drawn differently. It has its own charm to it because there were these different moments to which Rentaro had different zing moments with them as well. So it's nice as well to see that sort of aspect being highlighted or shown rather. Sometimes you often forget, right, that we should never forget rather that the moment that Rentaro meets a soulmate, right, his soulmate, and meets a new girlfriend, that should be a very special moment for the both of them, and it's a moment that we should always cherish, right? Finally, to wrap this all up, there has been no new chapter that has been released this week. And yeah, because the author and illustrator and everyone on the who's working on this manga wanted to take a break. Now, the reason why I was a bit sad, right, for a moment was that I thought that I would finally be able to see the release of Momoha's special illustration, right? Now, for those of you who don't know, these illustrations are sort of portraits, right, of girlfriends drawn in various date situations or sort of POV style moments by Nozowa Sensei, right? And she would post them on the Shonen Jump app, right? And usually they would be released during breaks, right? And in the last break, there was no illustration, right, of Momoha, and it was completely understandable, right? And well, on the day that it was supposed to be released, right, there was no special illustration of Momoha, but instead we got this collection of illustrations from the opening panels of some of the earlier chapters of this manga series. Please do check it out here as well. Now, of course, there is a incredibly good reason for this break, which is of course to allow the artists and the team to rest. And in this case, it's Nozowa Sensei, right? And of course, she posted something on Twitter as well, and I quote from this rough Google Translate: "I'll be taking a break from the newly drawn drawing until I calm down after looking at the schedule and my physical condition. Nakamura-sensei, thank you very much for allowing me to take a break from drawing. Thank you, editor, for looking at my situation and advising me. Thank you." So yeah, I completely respect and understand, of course, that artists needs their break, and for Nozowa Sensei to take a break, by all means, please do take a break, Sensei. I care for your health. I care for everyone's health in the team, right? Because I'm also glad as well that they're also aside from preparing for Momoha's illustration, they're also working incredibly super hard on the main story of this manga as well, and that's something to look forward to as well, right, in the coming weeks. And yeah, I'm really glad for Sensei that she is in a such a good environment as well to be working on. As a huge Momoha fan, while I am a bit sad Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a bit sad that there's no Momoha illustration yet after waiting. But you know what? I can wait longer. I can wait long. I can wait long for a good Momoha illustration because I know Sensei would do well, she never misses, to be honest, in my opinion, right? So yeah, all I can say is rest well, Nozowa Sensei, and to the team as well, and good luck, and thank you so much as well for this amazing series and for the many other works that you have done. So yeah, that wraps up for today's episode of the Rooftop Corner. I have been your host, Rindo. Thank you for listening, family. Take care.